Yo, 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 what's happening? The Oberwapplers are back and there is another YouTube video coming for you about our World Cup experience in Australia.
Germany, Scott Anderson.
Sounds very dramatic.
So we actually had something going on with our racing schedule a lot last year, and we both planned on doing the whole World Cup season in 2025.
Exactly, yeah. If you've been following this channel, you would have seen that we were actually supposed to go here last year together.
But apparently, stupid me had to go skiing, and I had a big face plant, and that ended up in hospital. So Scotty boy had to go by himself.
And fend the rest of the World Cup on my own as well.
The Scottish Highlander, Scott Anderson finishing.
I did manage to reach my goal in the end, which was a top 10 finish. So that's kind of how we wrapped up the last season and the preface for what's happening this year and what has already happened. Because it's Saturday now, we've just finished our race, but before we get to that, let's start at how we got here.
How did we get here?
I thought you were going
We got here on a different way.
So I started out my season in the warm. I escaped the cold European winter, flew to Queensland.
Hannah Banana's place.
Just for reference, Hannah's sitting on the other side of the camera and
Yeah,
is,
just munching down some pasta.
we had good swim squads, good mountain bike trails, some good runs, and just an overall good time in preparation for this race.
I was every day on my Instagram account checking out Scott's trail shredding videos and all the good fun.
And then picked up Dommy Boy Saturday morning from the airport, and we did a couple of coffee stops actually and made our way up to Dunsborough.
I need your home address.
Passenger princess. Dunsborough, we are coming! Woohoo! Best coffee of the day. Let's go!
Wrong.
Right.
Oh, there we go. We have to go and check all the bedrooms to see which one's the biggest.
When we arrived at the house, we went through all the rooms and we were searching for the best ones for us. Unfortunately, that didn't turn out well, and we ended up in the kiddies' room, sleeping on a bunk bed. Is it a bunk bed?
It is.
For the last 10 days. But straight afterwards, we packed our swimming gear and jumped into the awesome ocean.
Dominik's having his first Dunsborough experience. Just walked out of our apartment and there you go.
Hola!
Do you like the kangaroos?
Yeah, I like it. So crazy.
This is the hardest bit of the run course. So after we arrived here, we had a few training sessions to do, to keep the body moving, but we did a lot of course recceing. We shredded the trails, the jump lines, had some fun, styling it out. But we also had a few ocean swims, had a good swimming session in the pool, and we recceed the run course a bit, which has some gnarly rocks on it.
And to sum it up, we had at least one good coffee every single day.
I would say we had several of those. I lost count how many coffees we've had.
Gotcha.
This is the one thing I love about Australia. You can go wherever and you will not find a bad coffee. It is the most underrated coffee culture. Everyone thinks it's Italy or something. It's Oz.
Hannah all the way at the end, she's just giving thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs.
I'm waiting for them. Always.
Saturday morning before the race, our alarm went off at 3:45. We straight away jumped to the kitchen, made some coffee, everything perfectly packed. We went back to bed again to chill out another hour. So we were heading to T2 because there were 2 transition zones at 5:45. Because the second table says bike mechanic stuff. It's just very small.
It was pissing with rain as we got out the house, and it wasn't set to change at all. Yeah, we put our rain jackets on, rode the bike down at T1, set up our shoes, then racked our bikes, and it was go time quicker than you'd imagine. The ocean was very choppy Saturday morning. There's heaps of waves, visibility was very low, and it was extremely hard to navigate between the buoys because the only time you could actually see in fall was when you were on top of a wave.
I can't even imagine how hard it was to swim for me, just because my arm is still not back 100% and I don't have much strength in my left arm.
After the swim, I came out in 7th. I was just behind Federico Spinazzi, the Italian, and I started my bike out by myself. I gradually worked my way forward, caught a few people that were ahead in the swim, and the whole course was very wet. It changed extremely from the conditions that it was during the week, which made a few parts quite difficult. There were a lot of exposed rock surfaces that were quite slippery, some sandy loose surface that was just slippery to ride.
Hitting the trails was super fun. I enjoyed riding my mountain bike so much, but again my left arm was slowing me down on the downhills. I was scared to fall or slip away, make any more damage to my body. So luckily I managed all of that.
Towards the end of my second lap of the bike, I cut my tyre, which meant I had an immediate flat. Luckily, I was riding the Vittoria Airliners in my tyre, so I could at least roll down the last part of the course. When I rolled into T2, I was in 7th position, and then there's Sebastian Carabin racking his bike just behind me. He came in just behind me into T2, and we almost went onto the run at the same time, really pushing up the first hill on the golf course, trying to get into the trails. But I felt like I made progress through there quite well. I caught the Japanese guy literally in that rock garden. I could feel Sebastian coming in behind me and closing the distance bit by bit.
Because my metal from my leg only got removed 2 months ago, I couldn't really focus more on my run than what I did in the last few weeks. My foot wasn't allowing it, but in the end I was pretty happy to reach the finish line, not slip on any of those rocks or roll my ankle.
At the finish line, I held 6th position. Unfortunately for me, just missing out on the top 5. That would have been a really good way to start the season, but I'm quite happy with 6th place regardless, considering I was having a flat tire on the bike as well.
Someone who is back in the game! Welcome back, Rainbow Warrior, Dominik!
Yeah, it was very, very emotional after the finish line, just because so much pressure and also so much joy coming back to this was released from my body and my thoughts, and I still can't put it into words, but I came down here to finish the race without any major pain in all the body parts that I was injured before, and it turned out pretty well. Well, the next couple of days look like this. We have to see how the weather is. Maybe we can hit some other trails on the other side of the coast tomorrow on Sunday, before we have to clean and pack up everything, the bikes into bike bags, all the stuff from the house collected into our suitcases, because on Monday morning we have a 3-hour drive to Perth International Airport, where I will be heading to Austria and Scott will head home to Germany.
And at home, it's not much rest for long, because we will have to prep for the upcoming World Cup races in Greece, the UK and the US. And hopefully we'll be able to document all of that in a vlog for you next time.
So stay tuned for the next videos. Like this video, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next one.
And
Peace
follow
out.
us on Instagram if you're not already.
Everything will be written down in the caption.
Perfekt, Passé, super.